This is Triple Play Fantasy 2022 NBA Draft Big Board 2.0. Since the last big board, things have changed a little bit. The NCAA tournament, players that I think that will return next year have altered the top 60. This isn't necessarily my top 60 players that are not in the NBA draft, but people that I think will put their name into the NBA draft. So I'm going to be short and sweet here at 60. Michael Foster, G League Ignite, has the body to be in the league. Defensively, there are questions, but when you're at the latter part of the second round, he's somebody that should be at the top of anybody's list at 59. Another person I think is a project, Yannick Nzosa, shows potential to be a rim runner with defensive potential. Again, not much on him. He's not playing too much in Spain, but definitely has potential here. 58, Matteo Spagnolo, crafty guard from Italy, is a playmaker and somebody that is foreign that you could draft and develop, and has good size for a PG, and is super crafty. So I like Matteo. At 57, Jalen Williams. Now, this is one of two Jalen Williams that will be featured here in this top 60. 6'6", forward from Santa Clara, average 18, 4.4 rebounds, 4 assists, with the great shooting numbers and some steals. He does a little bit of everything. You gotta like Jalen Williams. At 56, Harper Jr. officially committed to the draft, although he had more year of eligibility. Can really shoot the ball, and it's a really big guard with good stock. Harper Jr. should be drafted, and it doesn't make him a name for himself in the league, in a G League, killing people left and right. At 55, Gabriel Procida just looks like a sniper from deep. Another foreign guy that I feel like you can draft in the latter part of the second round, and you may have a player here. At 54, Keon Ellis shows potential at 3-and-D at 88% from the free throw line. He played very well against Kentucky, having 28, 5 rebounds, and 4 steals. At 53, Trevion Williams. I'd even draft him a little higher here in 20 minutes a game. Gave you 12 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. It's kind of one of them throwback power forwards that is smart enough and is good enough passer to be a player in the NBA. At 52, Andrew Nebhard shows flashes of being a solid backup point guard. 51, Aldones Williams. Few people are averaging 18 points, 6 boards, and 5 dimes, shooting over 50% from the field. With that, it shows versatility and kind of this positionless basketball. At 50, Drew Timme. Now, I went back and forth on whether I would put him in this big board's top 60, because why not go back to school when you're just the king of the hill? And you're going to be, first team All-American again next year. Just completely dominates college basketball, much a la, Psycho T, Tyler Hansborough. Some of these players that can play in the league for years and is a good fill-in, but not necessarily what you want athletically on the NBA level. At 49, Caleb Love, biggest boost here. And I do see him going pro. This inefficient shooter showed up in the big moments. Against UCLA, had 30, and then followed up with 28 against Duke, including 22 in the second half. He's definitely my biggest riser based on the tournament, and I got to see him in person against St. Peter's, and he just looked apart. But like I said, he is inefficient, so I don't know if that'll necessarily translate. At 48, Khalifa Diop, the Senegal native, is huge. And he's blocking shots. And I mean, it's kind of a theme with not only these international prospects, but even the American ones. There's some big guys here that look, the NBA is turning. The bigs are here. The top 3 MVP candidates are all bigs, and he's a person that can bang with them and shows potential, much like Ishmael Kamagate of France, 6'11", 220. First in true shooting percentage playing for Paris basketball, and first in the league in blocks total. So I like his potential even a little bit more than Joe, but 46, Christian Koloko, another foreign-born, but is doing it here in the States. Leader of that defensive anchor for Arizona, 7-1, Pac-10 Defensive Player of the Year against TCU, 28 points, 12 boards, 3 blocks. He's blocking shots, getting rebounds. I don't know if his lateral ability will translate to the NBA, but I don't see why you can't give a gamble on him. Hugo Besson, one of the best foreign, I'm watching their tapes. This guard just is crafty. He gets it done. I don't even know if he goes this late in the draft, but you take a gamble on him. He's been definitely the most impressive breaker this season. His teammate, I'm going 44, Ousmane Dieng. Some people have him in the top 20 based on his 6'10", smooth dribbling, can really pull from deep, and he showed out late, and you draft him based on potential. Not the biggest fan. Dalen Terry of Arizona looks the part of a pro. They're 6'7" guard. Definitely against UCLA, watching some of the higher stakes teams. He showed a smooth game. Only a sophomore. You draft him based on potential. 42, the unheralded Julian Champagnie, 6'8", 215. His brother entered the draft last year and went undrafted, but he averaged 19 points. He gave you 2 steals, a block against the ball. He had 34 points, 16 boards, 3 blocks. Give me Julian. 41, Trayce Jackson-Davis, some of the most spectacular numbers in college basketball. He had 43 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 7 stocks against Marquette. Syracuse, he ripped them up for 31, 16, 3 blocks. Again, I'm begging the Trayce Jackson-Davis drum. Comes from great stock. Dale Davis being his father. I would draft him easy, even though he doesn't shoot threes, at 40. Josh Minot, he did enter the draft. I think he has a guarantee here. Somebody's going to get him. He wasn't playing too much for Memphis, but his athleticism is off the charts, and he dunks with the best of them, and definitely has potential to be a solid NBA player. At 39, Jalen Williams. If he doesn't come back, Arkansas is the way too early number 1 team going in for next year. They have incredible recruiting class coming in. I think he's a pro right now, and he showed that in the tournament. He hit 19 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 2 steals against Duke, and he looked all the part of an NBA pro. 38, Jake LaRavia, somebody that can come in off the bench, not kill you with the plus minus, shoots well, is just a very solid overall game. At 31, Oscar Tshiebwe, number 1 all time regular season rebounds in college basketball. That says enough. Sometimes you just can't teach the instinct of rebounding the basketball, and he does it better than anyone else. Just watch the tape. He grabs every board. 30 points, 18 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals against Arkansas. I love Oscar Tshiebwe. I would draft him early. Terquavion Smith of NC State, freshman, 6'4", shows you kind of like that 6-man. I'm going to come in and get mega buckets, and I don't even think he tapped in fully. Hit 34 against UNC. 35, J.D. Davison, based on potential. Again, here's another freshman that wows with athleticism. I don't know if he completely found his footing in college basketball this year. He might come back, but if he goes pro, I don't see him falling outside 40 at all. 34, Wendell Moore is more of your safer pick. He won the Julius Irving award winner for best shooting guard in the nation, and just solid contributor, good leader, good defender, shoot a great percentage. He got his 3-pointer up and rebounds, assists. It was really kind of the glue of Duke basketball this year. David Roddy, 6'5", 250, bulldozing, but he can also shoot on the outside, 32. Potentially, Max Christie looks like an NBA 2 guard with a smooth stroke. He might come back next year and be higher up in the first round, but if he did go pro right now, there's a lot to like about Max Christie going forward. 31, your first pick of the second round is Justin Lewis, 6'7", 245, average 17 a game, 8 boards. I think this is going to be a solid pro for years and years to come, much like Baltimore native Will Barton. I mean, he's just a hooper. This is going to get better in time. John Montero, 30th pick of the first round, shows those signs of incredible scoring off the bench. We'll see what happens with better competition. Bryce McCallum, someone I think that could rise in this draft because he's 6'7", he's fluid scorer. You would want his percentages to go up, but he played on a very bad Nebraska team this season, rather. He had 11 games where he had 20+. Christian Brown went from like mid-second round for me to a first-round lock. And it's really his defensive ability on the perimeter. And he's just winning basketball as he took his Jayhawks to the championship and showcased that defense down stretch, especially against North Carolina. 27, Patrick Baldwin Jr., potential pick that he looks like he has a beautiful stroke from deep. Didn't go well this freshman year of college, but I don't know. I've seen enough tape that I believe in that kid. I roll the dice, even if it's a gamble. Walker Kessler looked a little bit exposed a bit in the NCAA tournament, but there was nobody better defensively in college basketball this year, as he averaged 4.6 blocks. 25, Jaden Hardy, the rough G League Ignite year, but the things he can do with the basketball is next level, and that's why I would draft him, especially on OKC or Houston pick down deep. Kendall Brown dropped a little bit, but I think he's a solid pick overall. I just think he's just going to get better over time. He's just too smart to not. 23, Nikola Jovic of Serbia, sweet stroke, good passer. Didn't have a great year this year playing, but he jumps off the tape as somebody that you got to draft at 22. Trevor Keels ended out with a bang in that Final Four game, came off the bench, and he's 6'5", 220, can play a little bit of the 1, 2, and 3. Shooting needs to get better, but I think that once he gets into the NBA, he's going to be a problem. 21, a little bit safer pick for me. In my opinion, Marjon Beauchamp shows potential to be a good defender and is a good 3-level scorer. At 20, EJ Liddell gets better each and every year. I probably got him low. I got to change this up. Maybe big board 3.0. EJ Liddell is going to rise, but 19 points, 8 boards. They said he couldn't shoot threes. He improved his 3-pointer to 37%. I think he still can improve there, but averaging 2.6 blocks, he could be that versatile forward that you crave in the NBA. Blake Wesley has a good size for a guard, can really score the bucket, and has a mature game to him at 19. And at 18, Malachi Branham, he's spectacular. What a player. He can go get you a bucket anytime. I think he's just going to get better and better and better. I'm sorry, Buckeye fans, but he needs to go to the draft. Jeremy Socon, he showed a little bit more promise in the NCAA tournament, although it was short-lived due to that North Carolina team that took it all the way to the championship game. It's 6'9", 230, prototypical forward in the NBA, Dyson Daniels. I think it's a safe pick. He can play a little point too. Reminds me a little bit of Duarte as far as he does more off the bounce than you can picture, and he's a really good passer. 15, Tari Eason, phenomenal defender. I don't know if he goes this late at 15, but this sophomore just getting better and better throughout the year. Little guy, Kennedy Chandler at 14 for me. He's one of the best point guards in college basketball. And if it weren't for his size, I'd have him higher, but I think he's a true winner. And whether it reminds me a little bit of like TJ Ford, but a smidget bigger. He definitely has more length on the outside. 13, Tyty Washington didn't end well, but this Kentucky product has a potential to be a very solid point guard at the next level. At 12, Ochai Agbaji, most outstanding player in the NCAA tournament, led his team to the NCAA championship and gave you 19 a game. Consistent all around, can shoot off the bounce, off the catch. I like Ochai. I think he's a safe pick. I think he's going to be a good player in the NBA. 11, Mark Williams reminds me of a little bit of DeAndre Ayton. He's a little bit more raw as far as his offensive skills, but he runs with the best. He's a very big guy. He blocks shots, can rebound well, and I think he's at a super spot in the league today. At 10, Jalen Duren, just a physical specimen that look, you take one look at him, you're like, that's a pro. If you get him at 10, you're in good luck. At 9, Benedict Mathurin. Even pondered putting him at 6. He is just tough-minded as they get. I love Benedict Mathurin. He can shoot off the catch. He's tough. TCU, an attorney at 30 points, 8 boards, 4 dimes, 2 steals. Showcase a little bit of everything that goes into his game of an NBA pro. My scouts rave about him. Johnny Davis slowed down the stretch, but he was consistent all year, especially against the top competition. He was definitely the guy in Wisconsin, and he just rebounds at an elite level for a guard and can get you a bucket. At 7, potentially Shaedon Sharpe is wow. He's number 1 player ESPN class of 2002 for a reason. You draft him based on potential. At 6, AJ Griffin showed that he could be an elite 3-point shooter. At 6'6", 222, your prototypical like 3-and-D forward. I think he has potential to do great things. That's why he's over here at 6. For 5, to me, Keegan Murray, 24 game, 9 boards, giving you a block, 2 steals every single game. You knew that the ball was going in his hand. You couldn't stop him. His turnaround, his fadeaway, leader, maturity. Keegan Murray has just stole my interest, and if I'm in the top 5, I'm definitely getting him because I think he's the safest pick. At 4, didn't end well. The electric Jaden Ivey was just horrible against St. Peter's, but throughout the entire year, he showcased that he could create offense. He could make shots at the end of the shot clock. He's explosive. He's kind of a prototypical NBA guard. Jaden Ivey is spectacular. At 3, this is hard, and I've actually switched around my top 3. Paolo Banchero, it stays at 3, although he was incredible in the NCAA, and he reminded us why he's potentially a number 1 overall pick, and I wouldn't be mad if a team got him. He can score the ball with the best. I do think he's going to lead all of the rookies in scoring next year. He's really good in transition. He will punish you in the post. The ball gets a little sticky in his hands, but there's a lot to love about Paolo. At 2, Chet, I love you, but I did have to move you down just based on the fact that Jabari Smith is almost undeniable in his offensive ability, but defensively, Chet, I think that you will play a huge role in the NBA. You can shoot the ball, they can handle. 3.6 blocks, help defending. I could see him playing a role a la Robert Williams, Evan Mobley. At 1 though, it's Jabari. He makes tough shots. His shot is so high on release. He needs to improve his handling. Yes, he needs to improve some of his moves, but I think he just works so hard, and he has an ability that is uncanny in this draft. So he's won it for me. You tell me what you think. Tell me who I missed. I can't wait to a way too early 2023 mock draft. My top 60 board. I'll be doing a mock draft with my coach's corner, Kevin Coleman, sometime by the end of this week. I look forward to it. Thank you for your views. I appreciate it greatly. Please subscribe if you could. But for now, I'll see you. We'll anticipate the lottery balls falling in June. I'll release another big board then, and a mock draft based on what team, because I really do think that the top 5 picks will really be determined based on a team and a team fit, whether you're Houston, whether you're Orlando, whether you're Detroit. I think that the way the lottery balls will fall will determine who goes 1, 2, and 3. See ya.